Good morning, class. Last time we talked about an artist named Scribe that works in Kansas City and does art that is graffiti art, and we practiced making our own block and bubble letters. Today we're going to be working on a project that's going to take a couple days, making our block and bubble letters into graffiti letters. So this is my finished piece. You can see I did my name. I did some colors to it that give it an effect of mixing together, and then I made it look 3D, or gave my letters form, and we're going to be doing all of those things with your own name. So you start with your paper, start with a pencil, and we're going to do the same steps that we practiced on Monday, where you write your name. So I'm going to do my name again. And write it lightly, and write it big enough to cover your whole page, and spread those letters apart since you're going to be going around them. Next, you decide how you want to make your letters, your bubble letters or block letters, and what other details would look interesting to make them uniquely your own. So I'm going to go around my letters. I'm going to make them pointy this time. And my other one, I made them really bubbly. I think I might add some sharp edges, make some sharp lines. Of course, once you get that done, you can erase the inside. In the video you watched last class, the person suggested that you go with marker around the edges, and that is an option you can do. However, I find that I make mistakes, so I like to do pencil first before I do my marker. I'm going around my S. I'm going to make a sharp point there. Maybe I'll make my period into a star. I think that would look interesting. And I'm just going to continue tracing around my letters, adding a couple sharp points, making it look interesting. Oop, I forgot the inside of my R, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go around the O. Alright, and at this point I'm going to pick a color, any color marker. I typically like a darker color. Maybe I'll go with this nice blue. I'll do blue again. I really like those cool colors. I'm going to trace over those pencil lines. And if it's a dark color, it'll cover them up really nicely. You won't even see those pencil lines that you just drew. You can zoom through this as I go over all my outside pencil lines carefully. And once you have done all those marker lines on the outside, you can take your eraser and erase all the pencil lines on the inside. And this will give, oh no, Miss Rosell forgot the inside of her letters. It's a good thing to notice those things. I know some of you will forget it too, just like I did. It's easy to forget, and that's okay. We all do it. Here we go. And I'm erasing my pencil lines, pressing hard with my eraser. And they're erasing because I didn't press hard with my pencil. Just with the eraser. Beautiful. The last step that we're going to get to today is working with colored pencils. So here's my box of colored pencils. And I'm going to pick two colors, And I'm going to be blending these two colors together. You can see in my finished piece, I picked green and blue. I started with blue on the bottom, green was on the top. This happened in all my letters. And in the middle, I did them on top of each other, both together. So it kind of looks like they're slowly changing colors. This works really well with two colors that are next to each other in the rainbow. So you could do like two warm colors, two cool colors. It can work with two different colors. It just doesn't look quite like two complementary colors or opposite colors. It just doesn't look quite as seamless. I think I'm going to do warm colors since I did blue on the outside. I'm going to do orange and red. There we go. I've got my two colors ready to go. And I'm going to start working. I always like to turn my paper sideways when I'm working. It helps me with colored pencils do the side-to-side motion. It looks better than if you just go all different directions. So I'm going to start with my red on the top. And I'm going to press especially hard on the top with each color. And I'm going to slowly get lighter when I get to the middle. I'm going to do my red about halfway down each letter, a little bit farther. I'm just going to do my red on all of them first before I even start the orange. Hey, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Alright, now it's time to start the orange. So I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom, pressing really hard, and then getting lighter and overlapping, going on top of that red in the middle. So they slowly become faded together. It looks like it's a slow fade from red to orange. You're going to do this same thing on all of your letters. Go a little bit higher than halfway up. And this is what we're going to do today. This is a finished piece for today. If some of you are those speedy go-getters and get this done early with some extra time, I can show you how to do the next step. But wait, raise your hand. Make sure we talk about it before you try to go ahead and try to make it look 3D. Even though we have looked at 3D forms before, we're doing this a little bit differently, so I want to make sure we're all on the same page before you get started on that. So if you do get this done, looking how I worked really hard to do a nice job of filling in a lot of the white space, there are some areas I could go in. Since I'm done maybe a little bit early before class, maybe I could add a little bit more extra color to some of those white spots. But this will be great for today. It's your turn to get started, guys.